Right. Try number 3. So I'm gonna ignore chat while I make this video, but maybe at the end of when I'm done talking, you guys can ask questions and I'll talk about them. And I'm not trying to make this like a long ass video for YouTube, but I can't like go from talking about it to like looking at chat, answering questions. So when I say I'm done, just that's when you should ask me stuff, because I'll just be a lot better. Anyways, making a YouTube video for Captain Falcon matchups for top level tournament play, and it's for tournament play like right now, roughly in 2019. It's not about like matchups in theory, or even like matchups in like friendlies. I think people play a little differently in tournament and all that, so that's something to consider. Some people just make tier lists and they don't talk about whether it's like, oh, I think the character has this much potential. This is just strictly matchups in tournament. So yeah, and the way I like judge matchups, I'd say it goes by like neutral. Number 1 is like neutral game no matter what, and number 2 is like punish game. Number 3 is like edge guarding too, and after that like stages matter. Usually it's because of like Final Destination, because that stage is really bad, or Found in Dreams. Anyways, I'll just go from top to bottom and I'll talk about why I think they belong where they do. Like Falco, probably Falcon's worst matchup overall, and neutral is just like pretty bad for Falcon as in general, and a big part of it is because of lasers, and like his moves just come out like quicker and usually have like better priority than Falcon does, and he can play like a really defensive style, like abusive defensive, or like he can also go like very aggro style, and Falcon's out of shield game is like pretty weak against it. So he can play any style as Falco against Falcon, and it's probably gonna pay off. Both styles are pretty good, and Falcon's like the right weight for getting punished, easily edge guarded. So I'd say it's a pretty clear 6-4 in Falco's favor. But thing is, Falco is like a glass cannon too, and if Falco's not on his A game, or you get a strong reads or openings, then you know, you can hit him twice and he dies. That's the Falco life. So probably Falcon's worst matchup, but it's not like the worst thing ever for a worst matchup. Like other characters have often have a matchup where they're just straight like screwed. For example, like Samus versus Puff. That matchup like seems unwinnable. Maybe I'm wrong, but it's like those type of matchups that Falcon lacks. So he can kind of beat anyone, even if he's not favored. You just gotta outplay them, and he has the tools to do it. Alright, next. At the time of making this list was like half a year ago. I said Fox was Falcon's second hardest matchup. Really, it's really close between all of these guys. Like, the meta is constantly shifting, even like every couple of months. But I'd still say it's pretty close between all of them. I don't know about Fox being the second hardest anymore. But anyways, let's talk about it. Fox is kind of like Falco. He's just faster, and he's faster than Falco like move wise, right? And he also has like a brutal punish. He doesn't have lasers though. Lasers make a big difference. Like lasers, I should have talked about this when I was talking about Falco, but Falcon's just a big ass target, and lasers if you let it like them laser Falcon, then he just gets initiative, like in almost any situation, and he either forces you to come to him, or if he's like closing you with the laser and it connects, then you're kind of in a bad spot. And yeah, it's just like a straight counter to Falcon, just one move lasers. And while Fox doesn't have that, he's still like a, you know, super fast. He can gimp Falcon with shine and all that. Like really pretty simple tech chasing efficient combo game. But thinking about like this matchup, it used to be like arguably worse than Falco. Like nowadays every Falcon main has fought Fox for like years and years, so the edge guarding, like punish game, neutral, it all went up a lot against Fox. So it's no longer really Falcon's worst matchup. In fact, I might say it's like his fourth worst matchup. Like Sheik Puff might be harder than Fox nowadays. But another thing to consider is that stages can be bad too. A lot of people say 3 bad stages against Fox are like Yoshi's, Fountain of Dreams, and FD. I want to say like it really depends on your playstyle. Like Wizzy loves FD for the tech chases. Yoshi's, if you have like a good bag of tricks with Randall or the wall jumps, then you can make it happen. Plus you can kill him quick. It depends, can you deal with the Fox like in close quarters neutral. Fountain used to be like, once everyone started like shield dropping, it used to be like pretty good before people adapted to shield drops. Overall, I'd say that stage is the worst, especially if you're like an aerial heavy Falcon, because the platforms can like, you know, just stop your moves. But if you have like a grounded playstyle like Wizzy, I noticed Wizzy does good in Fountain because he doesn't try to do like crazy aerial reads often on the stage. He just tech chases, and they go on a platform, that's when he like reacts and goes for like a hit. So he plays like a simpler game. But anyways, the stage is still not in favor of Falcon. If it was like all Battlefield, maybe, then you could say it's an even matchup. But stage is definitely favor Fox by a tiny bit. Sheik. Yeah, Sheik. Sheik is a tough one. It feels like to me, Sheik clearly beats Falcon in neutral. It's just carried by the fact that like Falcon can like punish game Sheik like hella bad on openings, and a lot of moves are like moves that you can't really fuck with. Like forward air is a really, if she forward airs, then you really can't contest it often unless they do it wrong. If they do it like late, you can't even like CC punish it really. Some exceptions, some gimmicky exceptions, and up tilt is really good too. It's really hard to punish. So there's certain moves you just can't contest, and then there are moves that you can like crouch cancel, like forward tilt you can CC, grab, or punish. So it's not like all bad for Falcon neutral wise. Sheik also has Nair. Nair is like a pretty awkward move for Falcon to deal with, and it's like really effective. But you know, that has counters too. It's kind of like you have to call it out. But you know, I think Sheik wins neutral. Usually every Sheik main has like a fatal flaw in neutral like that equalizes it, but played correctly, I think Sheik clearly wins. Punish game, Sheik has to like connect a lot, but a lot of Sheiks nowadays are doing like a down throw, the cats and face roll, where they down throw you and duck in front of you. So no matter what you do, they can just keep grabbing you, and that takes like no skill, and it's like a heavy punish. So that's pretty bad. Like any Sheik can do that, and so Falcon has like the more explosive punish game, but Sheik has to connect a lot more. But it's very easy. That's my take on it. So I'd say pretty even, maybe skewed towards Sheik a bit, but Falcon can really snowball it. Any matchup really. Like you hit him twice, stomp knee, whatever, and then they're probably gonna lose stock or be set up to die. So yeah, edge guarding, Sheik's forward air hits Falcon like horizontally away, and that's like the worst state Falcon can be in. Overall, great kit for edge guarding Falcon. Stages, it's kind of like Marth. It's like a playstyle thing. You know, a lot of people classically say like big stages favor Falcon over like say Sheik, Marth. It really depends on how well they play on bigger stages and how the Falcon does. So it's more of like a preference thing. People say Yoshi's Fountain is better for Sheik, almost always, and that could be true. But Falcon can just kill quicker too. That's the thing to think about. So it depends how good Falcon can fight in close quarters. But usually the Sheik Marth are really good at it too. So it's playstyles, but yeah. And Puff. I spent like a lot of time trying to figure out how to fight Puff aggressively, and I don't think Falcon can. If a Puff is like doing like a defensive walling out, and she's not like a scrub at doing it, then you can't really be aggressive. At least in 2019, like I tried and it's very tough. Maybe like you have to. So you know the Wizzy style is like play Smash 64 and be defensive yourself and play the waiting game. And this might be the one match where Falcon really has to do that in order to succeed. Like me, I couldn't really do it. None can't do it while struggling. So if it's a matchup where you're forced to play like one like playstyle, like defensive and all of that, then it's kind of like Peach versus Falcon. From Peach's side, she can't really be aggressive, so she's forced to play defense. And I don't think if you're forced to play the one style, and it makes you like kind of predictable if that's the only way you can win. So I think it's like a overall like a loss, very small loss in neutral. But if you disagree, that's fine. That's just how I see it. Punch game. Falcon's punch on Puff is good, but getting the opening is tricky, and the fact that like Puff can duck, like Puff's duck makes things like it probably skews the magic towards Falcon losing, really. Just the fact she can like duck grabs. Like Hungry Box just like ducks in front of you. If you do a move, then he's like, okay, I'm just gonna block. No problem. That's when people start like tomahawking and trying to mix him up, and that's like kind of effective. But point being, ducking is like it pushes Puff up the tier list against like a couple characters. Like I think Sheik can't grab a duck and Puff. Falcon can't. Marth has to do like a dash grab or something. Puff has her punish edge guarding is crazy too. If she like throws you off stage or hits you off stage, it's really hard for Falcon to get back. Her back throw like flings you off stage at a really bad angle. Falcon has to go high to like recover safely often, and if you get back thrown or like hit off stage, she catches your jump, then you're probably dead. So that really matters on small stages too. Like small stages, Yoshi's. You get opened up, you're probably gonna die. Even though on paper a stage like Yoshi's is good against Puff. So I think it's not a good matchup. Some people disagree, like PPMD says Falcon beats Puff. But it's like Puff has these like tools that people are struggling to beat. Maybe if like people labbed it out hella like in 20XX and all that, then the match would get better. But I don't know. I just don't think a matchup where Falcon has to play like Falcon has to like outwall Puff to win. I don't think that's like great in theory. It really screws over a lot of people's playstyles. Like not everyone plays Falcon like a defense character. So, anyways, yeah, I think it's clear that Puff beats Falcon, but Falcon does have some shit on Puff, and Puff is bad at like jumping vertically too. So that's why Wizzy does the top platform camp, and he'll sometimes counterpick Dreamland just to like get a lead, then stomp on top platform. And Puff horizontal movement's like amazing. Her vertical is like very slow and shitty. So there's some things Falcon has, no doubt. And the people well versed in the matchup still find ways to get grabs. Like they catch Puff jumping. If you look at like YouTube videos and see how people get grabs, it's usually like Puff like jumping. If you do like frame by frame, or you like catch him, shield him. I think it's really hard, but if you're good at getting grabs, then you know, the punish game is great for Falcon and Puff. Okay. Marth. I think Marth shits on Falcon, but the Marths don't play it correctly. That's my take on it. Like, I touched on this a lot in my earlier vid, like Zane versus when I played Zane in the best of 5, but Marth has like a really broken dash dance. If you look at the data, his hurt box is like hella small and his grab range is like insane, right? So in terms of the dash dance game, he shits on Falcon. Not to mention his moves out of dash are like pretty much better, and you have to like quarter Marth or bait him out. He has like, Marth has some moves where if he whiffs, you can like hit him on like the cooldown. Like if he does like a fast forward air, double forward air, and after the first one, you can like whiff punish it. And kind of like Sheik, he can. His grab beat punish game actually, you can die off of like one grab, and it's just that most Marths can't execute it properly. That's just how it is. If he throws you off stage, it's like the worst in the game because he can do the run off forward air, run off double jump down air. If you're forced to like jump back and up B, then it's still a pretty bad spot. You can just keep hitting you away. A lot of Marths make the mistake of like trying to forward smash at low percents. Really, you just gotta keep doing weak hits and keep just swatting him away. So you don't want Falcon to go high. Really, that's like the rule of thumb. So I think it's clear that Marth beats Falcon. Falcon has a good punish game on Marth, but so does Marth. It's like Sheik. Like he just has to connect a lot more, but it's easy. Relative to no, not relative to Falcon. It's just easy. It's just like, to me, it's like very straightforward follow-ups that you just keep doing until you kill Falcon. But you know, there's a tournament factor where people get nervous and things that are done in practice easily, they screw up for whatever reason. So this actually could be like a 6-4, but in tournament play, it's like a little easier. Stages from Marth. Kind of same as Sheik. It's all preference, playstyles. A lot of melee's meta. Falcon's like Dreamline over Marth. It's still actually good for Falcon in a lot of ways, but Marth's, if they are good with a lot of space, then it's not necessarily the best pick against Marth. It depends. So yeah, to me, stages, unless it's like you get chain grabbed, but like if you get chain grabbed, then yeah, stages are bad, right? Like FD, but usually the chain grabbers suck at neutral in return, so you might get grabbed only like once or twice. It really, you know, stages, it's become a playstyle thing rather than like oh, you lose here no matter what on this stage. Hope you get the picture. Anyways, here is Pikachu. I think Falcon just straight wins neutral. Pikachu just has a lot of strong gimmicks. Punish is pretty even, except for FD. And so I just think Pikachu has tools like overshoot and air, up air to pop you up, down smash. And when they work, they're all good tools, right? But they all have like pretty easy counters if you know what you're doing. And yeah, I just think Falcon beats Pikachu in neutral, and that's a big deal. Falcon doesn't beat neutral for everyone above him. FD though, I've been in Axe a couple times in the past on FD, and it comes down to, hey, is it gonna grab me? And on paper it's kind of hard because Pikachu's fast, but his grab range is like really bad. So if you can read like how desperate they are for the grab, then because of his grab range being bad, you can kind of like punish that or predict him well. But yeah, Falcon beats Pikachu. That's what I really believe. And Peach, kind of like Falcon versus Puff, Peach has to play like lame defensive style in order to have his chance. If you're aggro as Peach, that's like what Falcon players love, in at least neutral wise. If you know what you're doing as Falcon against Peach and they're aggro, then you're toast, straight up. So she's kind of forced to play with a certain playstyle, and then it gets evenish. Then it's like a pretty boring matchup where matches can take like 5 minutes plus, but it still favors Falcon really. What's really changed over the years, down throw knee is not nearly as effective. You can only do it like a sweet spot percentage, around like 80 to 90. I don't know the exact percentages, but so instead of getting the free easy kills, you kind of have to hit Peach till she's like 140 plus and then get a clean hit. And Peach's punish game with Falcon is pretty good. Stages, she has FD, chain grabs, but she's slower than Pikachu. So it doesn't feel like a counterpick stage when she picks FD. I think stage-wise, Falcon does just fine on every stage versus Peach. So, yeah. It's like even a 55-45 if Peach plays the correct way. If she doesn't, then it's probably at least a 60-40 for Falcon. Alright, now we go to these bottom matchups. Yoshi. I think Amsa has said in the past that Falcon is Yoshi's worst matchup. It's got to be one of his worst on paper. Kind of like Pikachu. A lot of crazy gimmicks. Good punish game, but Yoshi's really reliant on like super armor, and like you see Manga versus Amsa, Manga goes Falco. Amsa's really good at like taking the hit with super armor, then like counter hitting him, then punish, then combo gaming the fuck out of him. But Falcon's moves are disjointed. So if he's trying to parry or super armor you, Falcon's like disjoints are pretty safe, and if you mix up the timing and the aerials, they're good. And top it off, you can grabbing Yoshi's really good, any percent. Maybe not like a 0, but like any percent you grab him, you get a free like follow up. Even if it's one up air, it's still something. So I'd say Falcon is very good on every stage. The smaller stages like Fountain and Yoshi's might be tougher because a part of the matches is bad is you can't really fuck with Yoshi when he's shielding on a platform. You have to like space him hella or he'll just shield drop up at you no matter what and get an opening. So smaller stages could be a little hard for Falcon. But Falcon beats Yoshi. And we have Dr. Mario. Wait, we have Samus. Whoops. Okay, so Samus. I think Samus has an underrated neutral against Falcon. It's not as like bad as people think. A lot of people try to like do like a down smash, CC down smash, which is like not great. If they block Falcon's, if they get blocked by Falcon, then it's a free big punish. I think Duck had a good handle of neutral before he quit the game. Like as I was playing him towards the end, he was really good at almost dictating the pace of neutral with like forward tilt jabs and tricky movement. A lot of bad Samus is like up B too much. They down smash too much. So neutral might actually not be that bad. I think Falcon still wins, but it's doable. What really hurts Samus, I'd say, is edge guarding. If Falcon goes high, then it's really easy to juke Samus. And a lot of spots where like you hit like Fox or Falco off stage with down smash, it just hits Falcon pretty high, and then he up B's high, he can juke, or he gets hit like 3 more times, but he can still make it back. So it's like one of the real matches where edge guarding is actually like a pretty big factor in why a character sucks against another character. And yeah, Falcon's punish game on Samus is definitely better. Samus has some shit though on Falcon, so it's not worse than a 6-4 to me. It's just kind of like, you know, people are character complainers. You know, Duck is the king of complaining about Falcon shaking his head every time one thing goes wrong. So it's really not that bad. If you think a 6-4 ain't bad. ICs, maybe even worse than a 6-4. It's just like neutral. ICs could have like an underrated neutral, really, but the current meta is ICs have like a. I'm just gonna try to gimmick the fuck out of you into a grab. Let's see what bag of tricks work on you and pray it works. And that's like the story of almost every ICs I play. Like 90%. And like, oh, it's my gimmick's not working. How about I keep trying to do it for the rest of the set? But yeah, Falcon shits on ICs. Like, better neutral. Obviously, Icy says wobbling, but Falcon, if he get like one knee on Icy's, then Nana's probably gonna die. Or you're gonna Gimp, combo Gimp, Popo, or Nana, whatever. So, even on like stages like FD, I think Falcon still wins. You just have to deal with like Icy's doing like the side B icicle wall, down B, whatever, which I don't think is that bad for Falcon, as long as you're not dumb about it. Got Duck. Don't really play a lot of Ducks, not gonna lie, but yeah, Falcon just like pound for pound just beats Duck like neutral punish. I can, if you want me to go more into it, like Falcon has disjoints and Doc has some like decent anti-air. He's a small target. He's pretty annoying to fight against. He's got up tilt, but if you bait it out and all that, Falcon has a good up throw punish game. Doc's recovery is it's not like a far distance. You have some leeway for mix-ups. It's like a shitty Marth, shitty Sheik kind of. But yeah, pound for pound, Falcon just wins. And yeah, Doc has pills, but you can nair pills, so. And if you're an asshole Falcon, you can just camp the fuck out of Doc. That's Doc's like one true weakness. Like, if someone wants to just camp you and win, it's probably gonna work. Like, you can nair camp as Falcon. And very cheesy, not very skillful way to win, but it will probably work. And I really don't care about everyone else, so yeah. I will talk about some matchups. Maybe like people say Luigi. Hey, Luigi's actually not that bad, right? No, it's actually really bad for Luigi. And I'll tell you why. Luigi is like a strong gimmick character, but if you know what you're doing, he gets like shot on real bad. A lot of Luigis like to wave dash in from like long range and up smash, and up smash is actually like a sick anti-air, and you can't fuck with it. So you really just want to fight Luigi like close mid range, and if he's like gonna wave dash in, just don't try to hit him really, because it's like an unbeatable anti-air. It's a matchup where if you try to like play far away, you're just helping Luigi out, and you just gotta be mindful of like nair, you know, like nair popping out, but it's easy to bait out. So really bad neutral for Luigi. I think it's at least like a 7-3. Yeah, I don't feel like talking about all these matchups. They're not too important anyways. So yeah, that's my Falcon matchup tier list. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, learned something. If you guys have any questions, now the time to ask. I think you guys said something before while I was talking, so maybe I'll scroll back up. Timestamps and edits to the video. Ooh, that's a great idea. Up throw or down throw Yoshi? Usually up throw at like most percents. Is Fox a lot worse for Falcon than others in that tier? No. In fact, everyone is so good against Fox nowadays. It's the most practiced matchup that it might not be. And there's not really a lot of neat tricks that Fox has developed. If anything, Falcon's just catching up. Still Fox though. Like Sheik. These three, at the time I wrote this matchup was like half a year ago, but still pretty relevant. I can see Sheik, Puff, Marth being above Fox. But you know, it's not like a crazy difference. Easy Sheik punish on Falcon the facial does. He down throws you, walks up and ducks. And you know, I said it was like really easy, but it's kind of depends. Can you dash back out of crouch? Which most people are good at now, or Sheiks that play that way are good at. So maybe it's not as easy as I said, but most Sheiks are too good at doing it. So dash out of crouch is easy. Okay, well, all right. I'm not good at it. I guess I don't really use it. Normal get up is hard. It's all muscle memory, man. You can lab it out in 26. Knuckle punch. I'm kind of bad at normal get up too, though, to be fair. Do you think Falco should play really aggressive against Falcon? It's up to you. I think any style works. Even the mix is good. Like say you're going ham like mango style, which has like a, it kind of requires more skill on Falco's part, but you dictate the pace of the match really well if you pull it off. While the more defensive Rocky style is like creating a wall and snaking for your openings. That works too. Honestly, maybe doing a mix is good. Just randomly switch your style at some point in the match. So Falco has like any style at his disposal that will work, and I think switching it up ain't bad. Or you can like just stick to it, and either style done correctly makes like neutral like fucking annoying for Falcon. It's a luxury that Falcon doesn't have on like other matchups. Like you have to have a good mix-up game now against like Sheik, Marth. Most matchups that are not like worse than Falcon, you know, you can't just like play abusively and win. Defense-wise, sit back laser. It's not. It used to work like back then. That's when like top two characters were Fox, Falco, no doubt. But now Falco has to work hard to get his openings because everyone's good against lasers and all that. Anyways, I think that is good for this video, and I'll upload it to YouTube. I'll try to get some timestamps too. One last question. What's the strategy in Ditto? Falcon Dittos are kind of weird. It's like a Nair battle, but whoever Nairs second usually tends to win the Nair battle. If you Nair like a little bit later. Yeah, it's hard to describe the Ditto really. Falcon's like is bad when you're behind him, so crossing him up is good too, with whatever move. And none might be the GOAT at Dittos. and he plays like a really fast-paced mix-up game, and the way he plays, it's good at making people choke. So that's one way you can try to play the matchup. It's pretty tough, but if you pull it off, it might be the best. Wizzy's like slower pace, not really slower pace, but his style is like all about like getting the grab and just pulling like a down throw duck style. That doesn't seem that good unless you're not playing your best. I think Nun's style is like a lot crazier and might make him the best at the matchup. So maybe that's something you can try to pursue. Yeah, Nun's crazy. Amazing player. And human reactions like Wizzy.